out by my front door, and I'm miles and miles from the nearest.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk About with Biff Lucky and Mr. Fun, the podcast where we will talk about everything. We will talk about anything. Quite frankly, we will talk about it all. This week, something special. We have received a lot of requests about episode 2, which we have alluded to a number of times over the 2+ years that we've done this podcast. Well, this is the week. We are releasing episode 2 for all of you. So I hope you enjoy it. We had a great time recording it way back when. So without further ado, here's episode 2. Welcome, everybody. Second episode. We're not sure we were going to get past the first episode, but we are here yet again. We're thrilled by the feedback we got from all of you. We put this out to a number of our friends, a number of colleagues, people we didn't know, and it was great feedback. So we are really, really excited to be here. But before moving on, let's talk about what we are drinking tonight, Mr. Fun.
All right. So, I was going to make espresso martinis, which is espresso. It's got Kahlua. It's got vodka in it. It's served chilled in a martini glass with garnished with coffee beans. But I visualized us sitting around drinking martinis, and it just didn't work for me. So I switched gears. I put on the mixology hat, and I decided to create a new drink for you. It starts with Scotty's Vodka. Why do we drink Scotty's, guys?
Our best friend from college started a vodka company, and we're trying to support him, and it's great vodka, award-winning.
You know, we've done a lot of research drinking vodka, but what Scotty did is he actually researched how to make vodka, and we are thrilled by that as I'm opening the bottle.
What's unique about it?
It's 10 times filtered, right? It's using ingredients that, actually, I'm not sure if they're from Maryland, but he distills them in the state of Maryland.
Frederick.
100%.
Yeah, well, I just don't know if they're all from Maryland, to be honest with you. I don't know where does vodka come from?
Corn. He makes it from corn.
As I touched on last week, gluten-free.
Yeah.
Corn, right?
Anyway, back to my drink. So I'm taking 2 shots, 2 parts Scotty's vodka. I'm doing 1 part Caffe Lolita. That's a coffee liqueur that's made in Mexico. It has a little bit of a chocolate taste to it. And then I decided to ratchet things up with a shot of Starbucks Espresso, medium brew, medium grade, whatever you call it.
Cold brew.
A cold brew. And I mix that all together over ice. I pour it into, I shake it up, I pour it into a glass. I think it's pretty darn delicious, don't you guys?
And what would you name it, if you had to name it?
Well, I'm naming this the, the Scotty's Caffe Lolita Black Russian Cup of Joe, because it's got the coffee.
Now, by the time we're done with this podcast, do you think you'll remember what you actually put into it? Because we can actually put that on the descriptor.
Oh, interesting. Right? Yeah, I'll no, I don't think I'll be able to remember. But listen, I did some, I know what a Black Russian is now. You know, a Black Russian is vodka and any other coffee liqueurs because it makes a darker drink, opposed to the White Russian, same thing, but it's got cream in it, so it makes it white. You know why they call it, where Russian came from?
No.
So,
well, besides the country.
Well, that's it. So, back long before it was popular to make vodka in the U.S., they made most of it, all of it, in Russia. So they put any drink that had vodka. They thought it was clever to say it was a Black Russian, White Russian, Moscow Mule, for example.
So do you remember what the first vodka you had ever heard of? What was the one brand vodka? They must have had market share out the wazoo in the U.S.
I know it came in a plastic bottle.
It came in a plastic bottle.
Smirnoff.
That was the vodka that must have had market share that was so high.
Yeah. And rich people drank Grey Goose.
Yeah, but that was after our parents' age.
Okay.
Our parents drank Smirnoff, right? And then it went to Absolute in the 80s, right? I think in the 80s was Absolute, which is Swedish.
Yep.
But it was incredible how Smirnoff moved on.
Wow.
And I'm not even sure that's Russian. It's just a Russian name.
I got a question for you. So you're growing up, you're sneaking alcohol. Oh, by the way, I should ask you guys about this. Like, do kids sneak alcohol anymore? But we'll come back to that. So, I am sneaking alcohol. I've drank Budweiser, maybe Miller. What was your first drink other than beer?
My first drink other than beer was a New Year's Eve for me was champagne.
Okay.
And my grandfather was there. He was up from Texas, and we're having champagne. I'm 14 or 15. I'm something in that range. And I get...
Let me get the picture. Little Biff is drinking champagne.
As I do. Okay. In a crystal flute. Aren't you all doing it in crystal flute?
Yes.
So anyway, I get hammered on this New Year's Eve. and I go to bed, and my grandfather could tell. He saw me wandering away, and I go to bed. He goes, "You got to put your foot on the floor." I go, "What?" He goes, "Is the bed spinning?" I go, "Shit, yeah, it's spinning." He goes, "You got to put your foot on the floor."
It's a
It'll
wise
stop
old
the
man.
bed."
How much champagne did you drink?
Probably 2 flutes. I don't know.
That's a wise man, though.
Yeah, he was a wise man, but I can never, from that day forward, put my foot on the floor when I was drinking when my parents didn't know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was the problem.
What did I do?
My dad drank Canadian Club whiskey.
yeah.
Like Canadian with ginger ale. And I remember one of my friends dared me to drink a whole glass of it, to chug it. And he said, if you did this, I'll give you X, comic book or something like that. I chugged it, blackout, done. And my parents were out. My parents came back the next day. I'm like, they're like, what the hell happened? I'm like, yeah, I just fess up and said I did this.
We drank. So you would we drink what was it called, Boone's Farm. Remember Boone's Farm? It was when a twist off wine bottle was shit.
Bartles and James and Boone's Farm.
Yeah. So we would drink Boone's Farm. But I went to a Sweet 16, Jones Beach, New York, and we go to the Sweet 16. We're in the school bus, and I thought it was really cool that I'd stolen a bottle of Jack Daniels from my dad. So I bring that, and I remember people cheering like chug, 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 and I'm chugging it. I get sick. They made me run through a sprinkler it said keep off the grass, run through a sprinkler. And my yearbook, my high school yearbook is filled with stuff like don't drink too much Jack Daniels and stuff like that. It's so embarrassing. So, by the way, I can't drink brown liquor ever since 16 years old. Can't drink it.
Here's a crazy story. So you guys all appreciate this. So Glen Echo is a park near where we all live. And they have this white party every year. It's a high school party. Kids from all the different high schools come.
Why is it a white party?
They call it because everybody wears white.
Okay.
The girls wear white. The boys, so they all sort of show up there. It's sponsored. There's chaperones or whatever. But the kids come from all these different high schools.
Yeah.
So a couple years ago, my daughter was there, and she had her nice white dress on, and a party bus rolled in, had a parent on it. A bunch of the kids got off, and they were hammered. The kid projectile vomited across all these girls with white.
That was me. That was me at George Beach.
Red, and I don't know if the white party.
I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of it, and I'm closer than you do. Listen, so what I was touching on is, so I got a 17-year-old, and she's a popular kid in her school, and the other day she leaves the house, she comes back about 10 minutes later. And we go, well, I just forgot something. And I go, what'd you forget? And she goes, I forgot my, what are they drinking these days? Trulies. I forgot my Trulies. She tells me. My 17-year-old daughter forgot her Trulies in my refrigerator. So has the world changed? Because I got all I was caught off guard, and I let her. I called her over and I said, listen, she goes, I go, what's the deal? What's the deal with your Trulies in my refrigerator? And she's like, well, I thought you wanted me to tell you everything, Dad. She's going with that line. I thought you wanted to tell me everything. I go, no. When it comes to underage drinking, I want it hidden in the backyard. I want you to have to drink that shit warm, like I had to drink it when I was 17 years old. Yeah. I mean, what's the rules? What's the rules right now?
So the rules have changed. So my parents were divorced, and my dad was in his dating years when I was in high school. And he would go out every Friday night, and he'd give me $10. This is a long time ago. So $10 was worth a lot. So we would go where I lived in Bowie, Maryland. We would drive to Route 3 in Crofton, Maryland, and stand by a truck stop.
Yeah.
Basically, by the liquor store, and ask some trucker to buy us beer. And we'd buy as much beer, and that wasn't just my $10. It was everything we could do. And every weekend we drank, right? We drank a lot. We came back to my house because my dad was in Annapolis drinking. Not drinking. He was going out every weekend. So I had until midnight or 1. So we would drink our asses off.
You were the party house.
We were the party. I was the party house. Okay. But unlike your daughter, it was the cleanest house you've ever seen at 12:30, right? Because it was clean. There was no
Did
beer
people
anywhere.
sleep over? Or
No.
Like it never happened.
Like it never happened.
Yikes.
Because I didn't want anybody finding out.
Wait, now your kids are older. How old are your girls?
My oldest is 26 and my youngest is 24.
So I think things have changed even in the last 2 years since COVID. But what were the rules? Could they drink in front of you? Could they never drink in front of you? Did they ever?
So our kids could drink in front of us. As Mr. Fun and I have been on trips together, we had them drink.
Now I feel bad. I was making her do beer bongs when she was 15.
We went on a ski trip, but anyway, so they could drink in front of us. The uncomfortable part were other kids, right?
Yeah.
You didn't want other kids.
You got to have other parents on board.
You'd have to have other parents on board, but you couldn't do it.
What age? What age are we talking?
Yeah, I'm thinking just after high school.
Oh, not junior or senior in high school.
I don't remember
15,
any of that.
16. Like my theory on this is demystify it so that they're not like hiding it from you or whatever.
Well, we didn't want them to get, which Mr. Fun and I have talked about. You didn't want your kids to get drunk the first time in college. I'll be honest
Your
with you.
daughter.
Daughter.
Well, maybe your son too, but yeah.
Well, I don't have a son.
Yeah, because we were in a fraternity, we saw that.
Yeah,
and any parent out there should know that ain't good.
Yeah, so we had that part of it, which we didn't want them getting drunk the first time without us being around, because we wanted to see how the reaction was, and we can you could teach a life lesson, so to speak. But it has definitely changed. Although I will say, my kids in high school, I felt were much more in control than I was.
Right.
In high school,
because they're like 17 going on 30.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
And they got, you know what? Honestly, they got Uber. Right. They're scared to death to drive drunk, and I'd like to say that we were too. Right. But people drank and they drove, and now I think a responsible friend group would kick the shit out of you if you do that. Like, that's just unheard of right now.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
for sure.
a great thing.
I think about it. I went to all things in my business. I went to a training event where the Bowie Baysox play. There's a baseball stadium out in Bowie now. I used to drink there every weekend where that baseball field is. It was called Rips Country Liquor.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the amount we would, I hate to say it, drink and drive over there was just crazy.
Yeah.
It was so stupid. And, we're like, knock on wood, we're all around to this day. But I think kids are much more responsible in that regard. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Regard, so.
Well, that's interesting. Thank you, because I'm confused. I'm not sure what my, because I think I'm supposed to say, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. You're punished, and you can't ever leave the house again. But instead, I'm like turning a blind eye in some respects. I think.
So what life lesson do you think you've been good at with your kids?
I would say this. Like, my wife and I are totally on the same page with this. Like, demystifying that kind of thing. It's worked with 2 of the 3 of my kids right now. Knock on wood. So that's something that I think that I think is a lesson I learned.
Yeah. So I'm pretty. Gosh, that caught me off guard a little bit, because I think this is a good thing. Like, I'm pretty open with my kids about, honestly, stuff like money and my career. When for instance I want to retire and things like that. And so I think that they get an idea, like, we're a team. Like I got to they know why we don't own a gigantic beach house. They know, and they know that. Stop asking for one, because you're not getting one. They know these things, and so I think that's been a good way of communicating with my kids. Just being honest about my dreams, about where I see our family going, I think has been helpful.
I mean, I think one of the things I've always admired about you, Mr. Fun, are things you are very open with your kids, much more so than I was with my kids growing up. And you have shared stories, and I'm going to put you on the spot on sharing a story. When your son wanted to learn how to it was rap music, if I'm not mistaken. and I think that the whole it's a funny story, but it says a lot about who you are. You know what story I'm talking about.
Yeah, I never thought of it as a good story, but thank you. It makes me feel better. My son, we're sitting there, we're gosh, he's like 8 years old. So I'm being like super dad. I'm in bed. And I'm like, crawl up here, son, crawl up. So sitting there, and I got an iPad for the first time. So So I got to go in, and we're watching videos. And I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he's like, I either want to be a professional basketball player or a white rapper. So he says that to me. So I go, white rapper. So I Google. And he's talking. So without him knowing it, I punch in kid, white rapper. And I push the thing, and I see the button, and I see the picture, and it's like a young kid. So I'm like, I push play. And I go, like this guy? And I push it. And out of nowhere, the kid's like, no lie, pussy, pussy, pussy. Says it like 5 times. So I hit stop. And there's this silence. There's this total silence in the room. So he goes, Dad, why was he saying pussy? And so I thought, as a dad with my boy, I mean, I got 2 older girls, but he's my boy. So I got to share with him. I'm never going to lie to you, son. I'm never going to lie to you, son. A pussy, I say it like that. A pussy is a slang word for a woman's body private part. That's what I say. Her private part. And I see him like, and then he goes, "Why do they call it a?"
And how old is he at the time?
8. He goes,
So is this the advanced like birds and the bees?
I don't know what it is. Parenting. This is fucking parenting. So I say,
Right, he went to like birds and the bees 401.
right, right. So I say, so he goes, well, why do they call it a pussy? And I go, and I got nothing for him at that point. Like, I'm pretty quick witted. I got nothing. I don't know, but this is the type of thing that are just between me and you, and you don't share this with your mom and your sisters. So he goes downstairs. I said, good talk? He's like, yeah, good talk. He goes downstairs. My wife is upstairs like 3 minutes later. She goes, what the fuck did you just say to our son? I go, what do you mean? She goes, he just came down and said, Dad told me that women call their private part a pussy. So what the fuck? So I go, what did you expect me to say? You go with anger? You know, that's how you go, what did you expect me to say? She goes, say it was a baby cat that he loves his cat. I was like,
The rappers are rapping about baby cats.
that would have been good. That would have been really good, honey. Where the fuck were you when I was having the?
Well, your son seems to have evolved okay.
Oh
right?
man, yeah,
Knock on wood. Right.
He came home the other day from high school. This is about a month ago, and he's like, I said, how you doing with the ladies? Because again, I'm a guy's guy. He's my boy. How you doing with the ladies? And he goes, Dad, apparently several of them find me very attractive. I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. Good things you got your mom's looks. You know, that's what I said. But you know, they do this thing on TikTok, whatever, Instagram, where they're like, you know, the loudmouth kid with the microphone goes around, usually a girl for whatever reason. She's like, who's the hottest guy in the school? Have you seen this? It's
No.
what do they call that thing? A trend. I don't know what they call it. So they go around, and he said that 2 of the girls mentioned him as the hottest guy in the school. That's
Oh, look at that.
as a sophomore.
He doesn't need to have your sewing skills. Apparently.
Yeah, he doesn't have to sell. Just shut your mouth and smile, kid. It's the only shot you got.
Now, Lucky, how are you with? You have daughters,
I have 2 daughters.
beautiful
son.
daughters. You talk a good game about guys. How are you with them dating?
So my middle daughter, who's a freshman in college, I mean, I don't think the dating thing, is present. Like through high school, she went to an all-girls high school.
Wait, this is your oldest daughter.
My oldest daughter.
Wait. What does the University of Maryland give an incoming freshman as the care package?
Oh,
You shared
there
this-
was like, I forget. There was like, Q-tips and condoms.
How many guys? Like a whole bunch of condoms.
yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
go ahead, girls.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But
Sorry, I
yeah,
digress.
I just think, I don't know. It's like a different age, I think, with or an era for, at least my middle daughter. Now, my junior in high school, she's pretty social.
Yeah.
So, and knock on wood, hopefully my wife and I have given her some good tutelage in terms of guys, and she seems to be doing fine or whatever. But I don't know.
Wait. Did we ever get to like what? Okay, so you're demystifying whatever the fuck that means. You're demystifying
Drinking.
the drinking thing.
Yes.
So they drink in front of you. They have friends over. They pick you. They call you and say, "Dad, I'm fucked up. Can you pick me
No,
up?"
demystify like
All right.
the lessons, like don't drink and drive, those
Nice.
kinds of things. Don't sneak, don't, you got to be trustworthy with it.
They drink in front of you.
My kids have drank in front of us.
Yeah.
His kids have drank in front of us.
Yeah. Well, I encourage them to drink in front of me, but they're your kids, not mine.
Yeah, we did have the rule that if no questions asked, pick us up.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah,
Right.
100%.
Yeah, and because I think that's important. And, because you're learning while you're growing up.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to stumble across, and it's like if they need help, you got to help them. That's a rule I hope every parent follows from them. So Lucky, what was your first job growing up when you were in middle school, high school, whatever it was? What was it?
I worked at a sailing association. So my, I don't come from a lot of money, but all the kids that were that were members of the sailing association did. So I was the guy who, emptied the trash and picked up after them and whatever. And some of these kids I went to school with too, so it was sort of uncomfortable, but it was a little bit of a lesson.
You were
for me.
doing what?
I was like the worker there,
At the sailing.
at the Severn Sailing Association.
Severn
in
Sailing.
Annapolis.
You worked at a
Yeah,
boat show.
It's funny. We have that in common. I didn't know that. So I worked at
Barnacles, something with barnacles.
No, when I was in high school, I worked at a charter company on the West River, south of Annapolis, about 20 miles south of Annapolis. And I went down there, and it was a young guy running it, and it was all these people out of D.C. and Baltimore that owned all these boats, and they would charter them out.
and we would clean all the bilges. It was literally a shitty job. I mean, it was just miserable. It was hot and humid because it was in the middle of the summer. But one of the things we had to do, so the people that would own the boats, they would drive their cars up. And we'd have to drive a mile down a road. It was the straightest road you could get. And they're tossing their keys to a 17-year-old at this point. So I'm driving cars that in my wildest dreams I could have never
Until now.
Until now. Yeah, that's true. Being in the car was ha.
Yeah.
So anyways, you would drive them down this road as fast as you could drive a car. It's like, hey, can I get this up to 100?
Wow.
This mile road? And it was just what are these people thinking?
Yeah.
I don't get it. And then
Because they were itching to get into the water.
Was
right?
that?
They were itching to get into the water.
They were definitely itching to get in the water. And but the other thing they did is we sometimes would do a race. There was a race from Annapolis to St. Mary City. So this is down the Chesapeake Bay. It's an overnight race. It's 11 hours. Owner of the boat comes out. He's like, he's like the captain. Who's the captain now? He's the captain, right? So he goes down. But what he doesn't want to do is after the race has ended, I don't know, 90 miles away, he didn't want to sail it back. So he'd leave the boat with us.
And you go get it.
No, we were on the boat.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And he'd let us. The oldest guy on the boat was 25.
Wow.
At the time it was a 42-foot sailboat.
Wait, how old are you? I missed it. I was pouring another drink. I'm sorry.
21 at this point because I was in college doing the sailboat thing. But the amount of the people just let you do things. Of course, we drank the whole night up in St. Mary City. I mean, it was just crazy what you could do. But I remember my very first job, I was a busboy.
Okay.
Much like you, Lucky.
Yeah.
But I was a busboy. A place called Fast Brothers Fish House. It was in Crofton, Maryland. I go there. My dad drives me there. It's, I don't know, 20
How
minutes
old are
away.
you? 15?
I'm probably 14 or 15.
Oh, okay.
I always worked. I was a janitor, too, at one point for an
I did
Episcopal
that.
church.
Me too.
So yeah, I was a janitor for it. But anyway, so Fast Brothers Fish House, guy goes, hey, you got to go clean the bathrooms. I go, what? He goes, you got to go clean the bathrooms. I go, I'm a busboy. He goes, you got to clean the bathrooms.
It's
I'm like,
part of
okay.
the job.
All right, so the men's room, no problem. Women's room. He goes, you got to go in the women's room. I go, well, there's people in there. He goes, well, you got to clean the ladies' room. So I go in, and I literally, if you can imagine, I'm ducking my head down to get in the door.
Why?
Of the ladies'
Wait a minute. There's people in there?
Well, to see their feet.
Oh, I thought because women were short.
You got to look for feet, right?
Okay.
Don't you knock on the door?
Well, you do that, but they could be self-conscious.
Right.
Okay.
So I bend over to look for feet, and I get whacked in the head by the door coming out.
Wow.
Like, I guess there was somebody in there.
Why didn't you say anything? Hello?
Okay. Well, you're smart at 15.
I don't know.
Hey, why don't we talk about you, Mr. Fun, and your movie theater days?
Oh, jeez.
I went to work for Cedar Lane Cinema in Teaneck, New Jersey, and I was I rise to the ranks of chief of staff. It's a debacle. I mean,
Chief of staff of a movie theater.
I was the assistant to the assistant manager. I got paid $14 an hour back in 19. I don't know. It was a lot of money. I was living large, and I mean, what a great experience. I mean, 2-3 years, whatever I worked there just before I went to college. I was a ticket ripper and concession guy. Then I became chief of staff. Then I became a projectionist. I crossed a picket line. I didn't even know what I was doing. People were yelling at me, "Scab, scab!" They had fired the projectionist, and they taught a 16-year-old guy how to work the projection. But Rocky Horror Picture Show was there at 2:00 in the morning, or midnight to 2:00 in the morning. But I feel bad because you guys are telling like, "Ooh, you were crazy. You drove the yacht back from Annapolis or whatever." We were different people growing up. We used to go into the theater. We had to clean it out because I was the guy with the bow tie or whatever. So we would clean it out, and we would look at the popcorn cups. Remember, popcorn's like $10 for a popcorn. They rip you off. They charge you a lot of money. But if the popcorn cup was clean, we'd put it back on the stack. And then when somebody brought popcorn, at the end of the night, the trick was you inventoried the number of popcorn cups sold. So you're like, hey, we only sold 20 or whatever. But really you sold like 24 because you sold all the clean ones again. And we would pocket the $10.
Wow.
From everybody. It was bad. We did that. Oh, wait, I got the worst story ever. So, wait, I can't tell this.
Yes. You have to now.
So we got a guy that, so I'm ripping tickets in half and selling them 2 for $1. I'm keeping half the money. I mean, this is I feel bad that I'm telling you guys all this. I swear to God, you can trust me now. Now that I'm 58, you can trust me. I'm a good man now. But I went to I had to be reformed. But we're ripping tickets. We're selling half for whatever. It's $1.50 movie theater. So every ticket I'm selling one ticket for $3 essentially. Making the I'm on both sides. I've got the ticket girl in on it. I'm in on it. I'm slipping people cash all night long. So I get caught. What was that guy's name? Keeney, I think his name was. He totally turned on me. Told the manager, they was like, I can count more people in the theater than we're collecting money. It's like, it's Mr. Fun. He's taking all the money. That guy's taking all the money. So my boss calls me up to the office, manager, Mike, and I won't even say his last name. Calls me up there, and he says, "You've really embarrassed me." Now remember, I got to tell you, it's 19.
You're 16?
I don't know. It's 1982. Okay. This was the time we're streaking. Remember streaking was a craze?
Yeah.
All right. So he brings me up to the office and he's like, you embarrassed me and now I'm going to embarrass you. And I go, what? And Rocky Horror Picture Show was that night. I go back downstairs, the whole staff, because I was chief of staff. They're like, what'd he say to you? What'd he say? Are you fired? Whatever. I go, no, he's going to embarrass me. I don't know what he's going to do. I thought I owned the world at that point, And so he's like, so it closes up and it was like, hey, you going over to the diner? We had, what was it called? The charcoal pit. And you going over to the charcoal pit? And I was like, no. Because Mike wants to drive me home. And they're like, is this where he's going to embarrass you? I'm like, it's possible. He's going to embarrass me right now. So we drive home. I got nothing to fear. I'm in control of the situation. So he stops at the top of my street and he says, I want you to take off all your clothes and run to the end of the street and back. And now I know. I mean, this sounds a little bit bizarre, but at the time I was like, is that it? Like, I thought that was a
Wait. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
He said, tell you took off your clothes.
He told me to.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought I was off easy. I was like, that's all I got to do? I mean, I've been stealing money.
How old is this guy?
He's like 35.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm running with naked at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And your clothes are in his car?
In his car. So I got to come back. So I run down the street. I run back. I get dressed. And he goes, so are we square now or whatever? And I go, yeah. Is that it? I thought I had to do more. Like, I'm like, is that all I got to do? He's like, yeah.
You're lucky you didn't have to do more.
Yeah, he's like, you're off the hook. So the next day, I go in and the guys are talking to me and they go, Mike likes boys. Not that that's good or bad or whatever, but I'm like, I had no idea.
Yes, that's bad.
Yeah.
If he would have said men, maybe okay. Boys. Not good.
Boys. But I kept my job and
You got promoted.
he bought me a television. I think, yeah. He bought, so like a week later, I get this box. It's a television. Not mine. It was a black and white. It wasn't anything fancy. But he's like, hey, I just want to get you a gift, blah, blah. And I'm glad you stepped up there and really took responsibility.
So what you have to?
So you didn't tell.
That's between you and me.
So you didn't tell anybody about the story of you running naked.
I started telling people, and then I realized that somehow I was embarrassing myself, so I stopped telling people.
So who'd you blow to get the house? Here,
No, again, life lesson. It's just a valuable life lesson.
Takes a lot to get to the top.
I told my
chief of
fraternity
staff
brother,
at the movie theater.
So then I joined the fraternity, and I'm telling people in confidence, years later, these things come back into your head, and you feel like you need a little bit of, you need to cleanse your, soul here. So I'm telling people, and I hear, we're at the VU, the popular bar in Maryland, and it might have been you, Biff, somebody's telling my story, and they're like, his manager took off his clothes and slid him up and down with the buttery popcorn or something. They were calling me hot butter. I'm like, I'm not. I'm so sorry I told anybody this story. So that's
really the irony of you being bad, feeling bad about telling a story.
Now our large podcast audience knows the story.
But I feel good. I learned.
It's cathartic.
Yes.
Is, I believe, the word.
No, and people were like, that was a very sick man. And I was like, oh yeah. Because at the time, I was feeling like I got off easy.
Yeah.
I got a television out of the deal. People were like, did you say, fuck you, here's your television? I was like, no, I still have it.
Very nice.
Still sitting in Teaneck, New Jersey.
Yeah, I worked for that TV.
So one of the times we'll talk about your trip with your mom on Christmas for 5 hours.
Tell my mom. No, real quick. The gift I gave we gave her a new bed. We gave her a lot of stuff. But I agreed to pick her up in New Jersey 4 hours. Drive her home to New Jersey and then drive back. My brother took the other route. It was 10 hours. It was 10 hours of driving. Lots of stimulating conversation.
Well, that's quite a gift that you've given.
I did.
You've given your mom.
It was crazy.
Mom, I'm going to drive you home.
It was crazy. How do we get on that hot story?
It's a jobs story, right?
All right.
That's
a job story.
It's a job. So we've all done these things. Well, maybe I didn't run naked in front of my boss.
No, I never had to do
Yeah,
that.
you know,
we started off, at the small beginnings, and look at us now, right?
Yeah.
Life lessons.
What's next on your agenda?
So we're going to tell jokes, I think.
We're there?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
the joke part?
The agenda has been here. Let me just. That's the agenda for today's episode.
All right.
So let's tell a joke. Lucky, you go.
I'm not the best joke teller, but I'm going to try to bang one out.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
All right. So, Biff, I know you're a big penguin fan.
I am. Small flightless birds for one, please.
Yeah.
Swimming birds.
So Pete the penguin.
PD.
Pete the penguin's driving his car, and it's the car's not really running that well, so he decides to take it into the auto repair shop or whatever. So he drives it in, and he goes up to the repair guy. He's like, "My car's not running well. Can you guys take a look at it?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, we can take a look at it. It's going to take a little bit of a while. You're going to have to wait or whatever." So Pete the penguin waddles into the waiting room, and he sees an ice cream store across the street, and he loves ice cream. So, little penguin, waddling across the street. He goes over to the ice cream. He gets a huge ice cream. He's loving it. He's
What flavor?
eating it up. He loved vanilla. Vanilla was his
right.
flavor.
Right.
So he's eating this ice cream. He's like, all right, it's time for me to sort of go back and, check in to see with my car. So he waddles back and goes up to the repair guy who's working. And the repair guy comes out and he looks at Pete the penguin. He's like, blew a seal. And Pete the penguin goes, no, I just had a bunch of ice cream. Anyway, that's my joke.
No, it's good. That's good. Ooh. You got one?
What do you call a pony with a sore throat?
I don't know.
A little horse.
Oh, I knew that one. See? I should have gone with it. You got another?
I got plenty. You go first, though. I'll come back.
Let's see. I just told this one. Let's see. Did you hear about the scarecrow that won an illustrious award? He was outstanding in his field.
Nice. I've heard that one, I think.
All right.
Did you hear that having sex on an elevator is wrong? On so many levels.
Nice.
Go. See, we can keep going.
Nice. My wife's mad at me because she fell down. She dropped the laundry basket down a flight of stairs. I just stood there and watched the whole thing unfold.
Very nice.
One more from Biffer.
How do you find a blind man at a nude beach?
Ooh.
It isn't hard.
All right.
Or an old man. One or the other.
So talk about went off the rails here for the last few minutes. Actually, it didn't. It was very good.
Wait, how much time do we have left?
We've got a few moments.
Can I tell you about the gift I got for Christmas I forgot about?
Which one is that?
The Squatty Potty?
No, you tell.
So my wife, I forgot to tell you this. We were talking about gifts and New Year's and all that stuff last. So my wife gets me this Squatty Potty, and I
Did you ask for this, by the way?
She said she got it because she knows I enjoy spending a lot of time in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah. So Squatty Potty's like
Doing what?
Okay. Yeah, going potty. So she got it for me, but it's like a little bench. You put it there and you step up on it. It's about, I don't know, it's almost a foot tall. And you step up on it, and the concept apparently is that we've been going potty the wrong way for hundreds of years. So,
and when we're saying potty, we're talking poop.
Yeah,
Number
you're going
two.
poop. You're going poop, and you're sitting while you poop. And supposedly your colon, ready? I'm very technical. Your colon is in the wrong position to poop. So your knees should be higher than your waist when you poop, apparently, according to some people who are smart about pooping. Right. So this thing, you put your legs, you got to be a little bit flexible, and you put your legs up there. Now, I realize toilets are different sizes, legs are different sizes, but
Asses are different.
But I find myself leaning back now. So my
Wait. How high is the foot thing off the floor?
8 inches, 10 inches. It's pretty big.
Really?
So you can imagine that you're like sort of forced to lean back. I think that's the whole thing. So you're leaning back, but I feel like I'm at the gynecologist. Like I am totally in a different position. Like I'm wide open, ready to poop, and then anyway, it doesn't.
Does it help? Does it help?
I don't
with the
know
output?
because I'm totally. It's different for me.
But your output isn't improved as a result of using the Scotty potty?
My output has not improved to any measurable extent, and I'm totally uncomfortable using the
So
Scotty
do you
potty.
think Mike at Cedar Lane Cinemas uses the Squatty Potty? Because he would enjoy seeing you on
He
that,
would like
apparently.
to
He would
using
like
a
to see you
Well,
on
that's
the
the whole
potty.
other thing. When you're leaning
Yeah.
back like that, you're showing some stuff that you don't usually show when you poop. Yeah, I mean, because you're doing a wheelie basically on your toilet bowl. So I got that, and then like a few months ago, I decided to turn my toilet bowl into a bidet.
As most males do.
Right,
fuck is wrong with you?
right. So my wife's into she's into
French words for
no. I thought it was called
ass?
I thought for a minute it was called a duvet. but-
recycling and environmental.
Right. She's into the environment. And so she thought we would use less water if I could spray it and clean myself up rather than
No, not less water, less toilet paper.
that's what I meant. Less toilet paper. So originally the concept was I was gonna spray it, I was gonna clean myself.
Does it clean you that much?
No, it makes like poop mud. It's disgusting. Right?
But it doesn't clean you.
Yeah, because I think the original bidet is you're like, you got more room. It's its own unit. This thing is like just this thing you
Not
hook.
to be silly, are
Right.
bidets for men or just for women?
They're number one number one
is
and
it
two.
Is it number one and two?
I think
No,
so.
it's two. It's two. It's supposed to clean the two. I hope because I'm cleaning the shit out. You're literally cleaning the shit out of myself.
water bills like
Right.
when
But
it's
If
like
you ever travel to
100%.
Europe, there's a toilet
Right.
and a bidet next to it. A lot of places.
You
in
can sit
Europe
on
have-
that. You're allowed. It's
But you don't sit on it. You're supposed to squat, right?
Wasn't the bidet also used for like post sex as well? I think that's what it was used
Yeah,
for
so
originally.
I don't know.
Not
I
just for
got
number
the.
one. and two.
I'm on the
okay.
squatty potty.
Right.
My ass is hanging in a different direction.
And then you go to the
and I'm bideting it. And the idea was that I was going to supposedly not have to use toilet paper, and I was just going to use like a cloth to dry myself. I was going to dry myself, but I'm using like 10 times the amount of toilet paper using this bidet. So don't get it.
Buyer's remorse on the bidet.
Yeah, but so I'm a man's man. And I don't have a lot of
a
things.
man's man with a bidet.
Yeah, and I don't like to. I'm not used to having a lot of things touch me down there, but it's enjoyable. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. You get a little cleaning action.
Do you adjust the water pressure?
It's high. It's high. It's always on high. It's yeah.
So you're there for hours.
20 minutes. Because you don't want to be weird or anything. So anyway, that's. I got a whole thing now. I got the bidet. I got the squatty potty. I think I'm set for 2023.
Well, that's. On that note, as it's the second week of 2023, why don't we end the second episode of Talk About with Biff Lucky and Mr. Fun? A couple announcements, I guess, before we round it out here.
Wait, make these exciting. Build up to them.
Make these exciting.
Yeah. Why? Okay. So, what are we introducing in the second episode for the people that listen to the?
Yeah, so what we
podcast?
didn't have in the first episode, now what we have in the second episode is you can find us on Apple Podcasts, right?
Right.
Search Biff Lucky Mr. Fun. When you search under podcast, it'll pop right up. Talk About will be the first thing you see when if you just type Biff and Lucky.
Nice.
That will show up in first.
Nice.
We're also on Spotify. We're also on Amazon. I have no idea how to search those.
Right.
But presumably it's the same Biff Lucky
How
thing.
do our listeners talk to us? How do they ask us questions or encourage us to do things?
Email address.
We have an email address.
Tell us about
Mr.
it.
Fun.
Tell us about it, Biffer.
It is talkabout 2023. So that's talkabout 2023 for those that can't spell at gmail.com.
That's easy.
It is easy.
Send
Talk
us some
about
feedback. I wanna hear
2023.
some feedback
We
from
do want to
people.
hear things. We have gotten some feedback, but we'd like a lot of feedback.
The Canadians love Mr. Fun.
Yeah, and
We got some good feedback from.
We would
Hey.
like feedback and sponsors. That's what we want.
we want feedback. We want sponsors. We want a lot of things. So we are going to continue to grow this. We will start promoting it more. This is a first couple good steps for us. This has been a lot of fun, Mr. Fun, and Lucky. So thank you all for listening to us again, and we will do it again next week.
Cheers.
See you
Goodbye.
guys.
I hope you enjoyed this special episode of Talk About with Biff Lucky and Mr. Fun, the re-release of episode 2. Please join us again next week when we'll talk about everything, we'll talk about anything, we'll talk about it all. Thank you again for listening.
Pot full of crabs looking fat and sweet. Kettle of oysters at my feet. Living on Chesapeake time. Take it slow or take it easy. Both good friends of mine. Brother, I'm just starting to unwind. Living on Chesapeake time. Flip-flop shorts and a plain old tee. Haven't had a shave in a day or 3. Breeze is blowing, might take a sail. Just to have a few more tales to tell. Living on Chesapeake time. Take it slow, take it easy. Both good friends of mine. Brother, I'm just starting to unwind. Living on Chesapeake time. Now somewhere in the back of my mind, I know that I must start to make a plan. But if I somehow never find the time, know that we will be just fine. I know that she will understand. Couple of friends come floating by my dock. By morning my hairs are gonna rock. Sleeping late, now I will be forgiven. When you live in the land of pleasant living. Living on Chesapeake time. Take it slow, take it